what I'm going to do is the one video, 5 separate listings. So Go board, Shogi board, Go board kneeling rest. That's probably made in the 50s or 60s or something like that. Buddhist, that chair over there, so that stool thing, that's was from a real deal Buddhist temple, that right there. And that beautiful thing over there, the King Kakuji. Right, we'll get to that. Now, first of all, let us have a look at this. This is a beautiful old school kayaki no ki. It's a kaya wood. It's very heavy, and it's probably centuries old. It's just fantastic. I'm going to include, I had some pieces laying about over there, so I figured I'll include those. These are real deal wooden cases in good condition. These are glass. Some of them are like chipped and stuff, but there's plenty of them, so I think you'll be happy with that, the inclusion of those. Now, this here, you'll find the playing surface is gorgeous, and it sits beautifully. Look how solid that is. Solid and solid. And, it's like playing surface. It's just gorgeous. Now with this, it's got nicks, it's got bonks, it's got just incredible aging to it. You'll find just aging just everywhere. Yeah. But as far as, its age is concerned, it's still, it's not bad. But this is a man's board. What I'm going to do is send it via sea mail. So sea mail, 6 weeks to 3 months. Sale would just be way too expensive. And therefore, if you can wait for such a long period of time, do so, and you deserve this board. If you can't hang on for that kind of length of time, then just don't buy it. Now, what do I need to say about it? Right. Well, what's going to happen is these are very difficult to pack. They're a nightmare. Good exercise for me though. Now, the legs and the cases will come in a separate box, and the main portion of the board itself will be in its own box with protectors around it. Now, the legs themselves, generally they're numbered already. It's when the maker tests it and pops them in and takes them out and pops them in. Now, if they're not, or they're faded or whatever, I'll mark them in not just which one goes to where, but in what position also, so you can just tap them in nice and easily. Just tap them in. Right. Just happen to have that right there at this time. Okay, now that's that. That is awesome. Okay, and the price is just going to be ridiculously good. So there you go. That's a man's board. If you wanna play on the real deal, ancient kinda thing, then that will be the board for you. Okay, now let us have a look at this. This is what would be used as a kneeling, a kneeling rest, for if you're playing Go or something like that. I think I'll be sending this. I'll just have to check whether I'll be sending this via sea or via Cell. I might just send it via sea, and it just, again, it takes a very long time, but just to try and make things really cheap. Got loads of stuff that I just need to do something about. Stuff just accumulates. And I'm like, I really got to do something about this. So, that's what I'm going to do. Now, that's really cool. I took a couple of pictures of that, so that's awesome. I think if you're playing Go, that'd be great to utilize. Now, this here is old school also. That's probably centuries old too. Now the playing surface has pretty much had it. I mean, you could play on it. I don't have any pieces for it. This is shogi, right? I don't have any pieces for it. But this, I figure, I'm just going to sell it crazy cheap, and again do a C-mail deal, 6 weeks to 3 months. I get, I think I'll put that into one box. So yeah, it'll be crazy cheap and the cheapest freight monies. And I think, depending upon your decision, you could play it as it is and just go old school, or maybe playing it off and mark new lines or something, and you'd have yourself just the real deal. That's KO wood also. That's a piece of history. I'm not throwing that away. That deserves someone out there. Yeah, you know who you are. Beautiful. Right, now let us move on to this really cool piece. This here is, now I'll just get my Kinkakuji. I'll just get my notes here on my little iPhone-y thing. Yeah, Kinkakuji Temple in Kyoto, which is one of the very famous sites to be seen in Japan. Now, this here is a model of, it's a metal piece, and I'll put up some wiki information on this Kinkakuji, and you'll find that it's got a lot of history to it, and everyone in Japan knows Kinkakuji in Kyoto. When I found this in an antique shop, and I was like, that's, I bought it, and I'm like, I'm never going to make good money out of this, but it deserves to not just sit on one of those shelves. It was down in this lower section, and all these things were around it. I was like, yeah, this needs to come out. And so basically, my deal, disseminating the beauty of Japanese culture around the world, and I figured that someone out there would love to have this piece. It's just beautiful etching and all that in there. I'm thinking C-mail, it's going to be crazy cheap. I'm only going to make about $10 out of it, but I figured it's just cool. See, this is a depiction of a phoenix, as far as I remember from the wiki. Yeah, let's see, you pop it on. Oh, that way. That's the way it goes. Isn't it just gorgeous? So great history. Even if you don't buy it, just read the history of this place, and yeah, that's great. I'm only gonna make about $10, right? So, but I just really felt that I should have that and pass it on to someone, that whomever you shall be, you know who you are, and you want that. Now I think C-mail, so just. It'll take a long time, 6 weeks to 3 months, but it's just to try and get the cheapest method possible. Now, this here, this stool thing here is the real deal from a Buddhist temple, and it's, that sits right now. I've got to clean up under this thing because it wasn't sitting correctly. I have to clean. I've got this piece of wood thing under there, another one there. That's not your problem. Anyways, sits beautifully. Now, look at these old school studs in here. Old school cushiony thing here. This is really, really nice. Beautifully made. You've got some maker's mark in there. It's just really nice. It's not old, not crazy old, but it's made for a Buddhist temple. It's designed to be very, very solid, and so it's really lovely. Size-wise, that's the issue. Size-wise, it's too big to go via sea or SAL, economy air, and therefore it would have to go via EMS, airmail. So it's going to be expensive for freight. Talking about over $100 easy. I'm going to have to figure it out. So yeah, you know, someone out there wants this. I think there would be a great compilation to complement someone playing Go. You know, check out my other Go boards while you're at it. What was that, a plug? And if you ring in the next 10 minutes, you can have these steak knives. So I think this would be a wonderful piece, you know, to like one of these, you know, whether you use it to sit on and read your poetry or what have you, or cool, you know, to lean on it and play. It's gorgeous. I've had it for a long time, and I wonder, I'd love to take it to Australia actually someday and just keep it in my own little tea house that eventually I will build myself. Yes. Okay, now that's pretty much that, and I'm going to get on to a bunch of other stuff. Lastly, if you ever do make it to the Kinkakuji temple in Kyoto, ever at one stage, if you are the one that does own this eventually, yeah, send me an email or a picture or something. Let me know, and that way I could like vicariously have visited the place, because it sounds gorgeous, and the pictures online are just tremendous. So that's that. I'm gonna stop babbling on and get on to doing something with something or other. ABAREBUGYO.